Good morning, and for all of y'all that watched last week's vlog about Miss Puma, thought I'd give you an update. Miss Puma is not doing well at all. She has not eaten in 4 days. She's got diarrhea. She's throwing up on the floor, on the bed, on the sofa. You can tell looking at her that she is not happy. She's not eating. She is drinking. I've seen her drink a lot of water, and got a vet appointment tomorrow. Now let's go get started with our day. So as you can see by the back of the cart, we're headed down to the house. We're gonna do another load of laundry. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Have y'all ever used grounding sheets? See how they've got this plug-in right here? So as y'all know, Cindy has been dealing with issues with her hip. We have not been sleeping well. You know, I've been averaging about 4 or 5 hours, then wake up for an hour and a half, 2 hours, go back to sleep. Cindy will sleep until, I don't know, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's up because her body hurts so bad, a lot of it from her hip and arthritis. Now, I'm not saying the grounding sheets are a miracle, but last night is the first night. I went to bed at 11:30. I normally am out of bed by 6:15, but I slept till 5 minutes after 8. I had to call the office and say, hey, I'm sorry, I'm going to be late. I actually overslept, which was actually amazing. Cindy said she woke up around 3, was up for about 15 minutes, and then back to sleep she went. And she slept till about 8:15. So we have our assistant manager here. She has lots of body pain. She told us about the grounding sheets. Again, they're not a cure-all, but I am ordering a second set today, and we've only slept on them one night. And they're not cheap. They're like $140, $130. But if I can sleep the night, and yes, I'm already washing them because of the cat issue, but you don't want to dry them on high heat. And the cat had diarrhea. She jumped out of the litter box onto the edge of the bed and got just a little bit of a smear on the sheets. I don't know about you, but I'm not sleeping with a smear of cat poo. So I take these up to the house. I'm gonna wash them, and then we'll put them back on tonight. Okay, I've got the sheets, the fitted sheet and the top sheet are in the wash. Like I said, with the grounding sheets, you do not want to wash them on hot, so I've got them on medium, which I think is okay. And we're gonna go back and get Cindy and head into the office. It's going to be 105 degrees today. I'm sorry, 102 degrees today. Feels like it's 105. Last week we had the heat on. I just don't understand how the weather can fluctuate so much, and it's not just here in New Jersey. It's all over the country. So, yeah, what's up with that? Tell me in the comments. Oh, and also, if you're interested in looking into grounding sheets, which I cannot believe how much I like them, I am going to put a link in the description here for the grounding sheets we have. Now, the grounding sheets have silver strands run through them. You can get them from 5% to 12%. I feel like the more grounding, the better, so we got the 12%, which is the most expensive, but it's worth it if it helps us sleep. So I am ordering a second pair today, possibly in a different color. That's enough about that, but the link is going to be below. Let's go see if Cindy's ready. Garden's doing well. Needs a little bit of water. I will say we've got to find some time to clean the camper. With changing sheets and washing sheets and towels every day because Puma's been sick, I've got stacks of stuff on the table. I've got stacks of stuff everywhere. Towels and sheets and bedspreads or comforters. I am ready. I am so ready for this cat that I really adore to start feeling better so we can get our lives back. Seems like all we do is work and wash linens and towels.
And change them.
And Cindy just yelled from the bedroom, and change them. If you don't know how hard it is to change them in an RV, then you're crazy. So as you can see, here's the bed. It's got no sheets, no nothing on it. We got plastic bags on the bed and a shower curtain and towels. Cindy's not quite dressed yet. And then we'll be out of here. This is the cord to those grounding sheets I was telling you about. This goes in the ground of a regular plug, and then this attaches to the actual sheet, and I guess it runs the neutral through the sheets, through all the silver, and it's voodoo. That's all I know. If y'all remember from all our travel videos, I still drink the LCroy waters. You gotta stay hydrated. I get tired of drinking regular water. This black raspberry is my favorite. So today is bank day. We're going to Hamilton. We're gonna get some lunch. I've got to go check the pool this morning. I've got a guy coming to look at the fence. We had another lawnmower. We had another golf cart stolen. That's 2 golf carts. Yes, the corporate office is pretty angry, I think, with me and whoever's doing it, but I'm doing what I can. I'll show you where it was and what we're doing to prevent it. And so I got a fence company coming to fix the gate at the shop, or to give me a price to fix the gate. And Cindy's got 2 or 3 deposits to get ready. We'll probably leave the campground about 1 or 2 and take y'all with us. We're gonna go to Hamilton, and then I'm not sure what we're gonna do after that, but we try to stay gone until 4 or 5 o'clock. We may even meet some friends at the Chinese restaurant. I don't know. And have you ever heard that song, Waiting on a Woman? I seem to do a lot of that. I wish Cindy would hurry up. Speaking of the princess, here she is. And she said, since we're not staying in the campground all day, she's not wearing her Waiting Pine shirt. So she's got on one of my favorite Jeep t-shirts.
So you know what I always did?
What?
I was like, if I got everything, am I ready to go to work? And I was like, oh, I need to get a bottle of water, right?
Yeah.
Not outside. Need to start drinking more water. I opened the refrigerator door.
And got a beer?
No. And my hand went straight for the wine.
It's not that time of day yet. So do you have wine or water?
So I had to stop. I went, oh, yeah, no. I had to get the water.
All right. To the office. Cindy is still amused with her wino self.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, here we are. I'm going to get the stuff for the pool and go open the pool. No, Sam's here today, I think. And the pool equipment is kept right here. That's what I use to check the chemicals with. So real quick, here at Waiting Pines, we mostly, Jeff does the ice. As you can see, it's not quite full. This ice maker's from probably the 70s, and we have to turn it on and off because it will overflow onto the ground. So you can see the pool is staying nice and blue. I've got to skim the top. Already had people waiting because it's so hot. Pool deck's looking good. We got all the umbrellas open. Should be ready for a good day. So I did order 10 of these nice polywood chairs. They should last a long time here at the pool. Picking up trash. I don't know why people can't seem to find a trash can when they're located all over the place. But let's test the chemicals and skim the pool. And I went ahead and so I'm not going to put any chemicals in until later, if it even needs any. But yeah. Oh look, right here at the pool gate, there's a trash can. That's so difficult to do. One thing we have to do when we do the pool is we have to put down what the weather is, like if it's the temperature, air temperature and the water temperature basically. So I don't know if you can see that. It says it's 94. Feels like 105. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. So let me go check the pool and see what the temperature is in that one. So this is how you test the water with the color Q2. Is you get the chlorine vial, you fill it up to the 5 milliliters. I take this little bottle, fill it up in the pool. You stick it in underneath blank and you hit test. That gives you your set, and then you get the 1A and 1B. You put 5 drops of each. And then the 1B. And then you shake it a couple times to get it mixed in good. And then you test it. I don't know if you can read that because of the light. Chlorine is 4.39. I'm going to put down 4.4, which is a good reading. So 4.4. I will turn the chlorine up a little bit. I like to keep it between 5 and 7. Fill the pH up to the 5 millimeter line. Put 5 drops of that in. Give it a little swirl, stick the pH, hit the button. 6.7 is a little low. I like to have it up closer to 7, but I'll take it. That's a good healthy pool. So now I've got to skim the pool, and skim net's already outside. So I've got my long skim net and I'm going to skim. I've got the camera inside the building because there are people at the pool. So I'm just showing an area of the pool that is not visible where the people are, trying to respect privacy. Don't want to dox anybody. Don't want to hurt any feelings. All right, so it took about an hour to skim the pool, reset the pool deck. We've already got 12 people at the pool. It's 11:30. Chemicals are good. The sun is really baking off the chlorine. I have put a call into the pool company that we buy our chemicals from, wanting to buy another $1,000 worth of chlorine, which will probably last us 6 weeks. Again, it's expensive to run a campground. I will say, and I hope I don't get myself in trouble and cause a lot of trouble with the pool, is I was told last year by this time of the season the pool had already been closed 7 times. So far so good. No pool closures for us this year. But if you look at the amount of money I've spent on chemicals compared to last year, I would say it's double. So, but that's what you have to do if you're going to keep a pool open. You got to keep the chlorine on the high side, especially with all the pine debris that we get here in the pool because of all the pine trees. It just kills the chemicals in the water. And the amount of rain we've had this year just kills the chlorine levels. So yeah, we're having to pump the chlorine I like to keep the chlorine between 5 and 7. I like it really at 7, which is a little bit on the high side, but man, it's worth it. All right, so here we are pulling up at the shop. First thing you notice is the gate is partially closed. We now have a working gate that will lock. So last week, this is where we kept the rental golf carts. They were all plugged in. Everything was good. We come in the morning, golf cart number 2 is stolen. So we had to formulate a plan. What do we do? The gate would not close. The 2 of the bay doors and the front door to the shop would not close and lock. So we had to formulate a plan, because a used golf cart's $7,500. We've had 2 stolen this month, which has never happened in the history of Wading Pines. My understanding is, so we were able to take this door off the hinges, readjust it. I think they had to replace this cylinder lock, and we were able to get that door to close. The other thing we had to do is we had to come up with a solution to charge the rental carts. So we must have 2 rented. So we put 3 of the carts here, 3 of the carts over there, and we had to run wire off a different breaker to make it so we can charge them, and it's still a hodgepodge. We've got a extension cord coming over so they'll reach. It's not ideal. We had to take this locking mechanism apart to be able to get this door to be able to lock. This is the door they use second most, other than the front door. This door, we had to readjust the tracks and beat the locking mechanism, which is right here, into submission. As you can see, this is still bent, but we were able to bend it enough to be able to get it so this one will lock. So it took an entire day of work in here to make it so we could lock the building. And you ask, well, Alec, why didn't you do this before? If you've been watching the videos, there's so much to do. This was not a priority on corporate until we got the golf cart stolen, and then it became a priority. And then over here on the gate, someone rammed the gate a couple years ago. You can see they broke the weld on the guide. You can see this is bent all to crap. And if you look
we're going up to
down the fence, you can see it bends in right here. So we had to adjust these rollers. We had to beat that pipe and this lower pipe into submission the best we could. Then we had to get the tractor to push it out. It's open like this because the trash truck came in this morning, and we had to leave it open for the trash truck. But normally the gate is to right here, and from right here over, it's wide enough to get a golf cart in, and you can get it to roll. For this part, you need to hook it to a tractor, or I guess a golf cart, or get 2 or 3 strong people to get it to move. So I've got somebody coming out to give us a price. They said they'd be here in about 45 minutes on repairing that gate. But I mean, there's always so much to do in a campground, especially an old campground like Wading Pines. But
Propane 4.4.
you get to it when you can.
4.4.
Looky here, I finally have somebody pumping propane for me, and me not doing all the work. So once a week, the state comes out or they send a third-party independent pool tester So he's coming out. I want to see how accurate my machine is. I just got back to the office. You see that car right there? That is the state certified pool tester. So this should be interesting to see how accurate, since I just did it. So I almost jinxed myself. I knew I shouldn't have said it. Chlorine is 1.2, which is barely legal. There are 27 people in the pool. I didn't even think we had 27 people in the campground on a Tuesday morning. But we passed. I've got to figure out how to get the chlorine better regulated. But there you go. Fence people are here. Off to meet. So we got 2 fencing companies came out. No Common Fence and Zelenco, ALENCO. So they're here giving me prices. So we're headed to Hamilton. I want you to look right there. It is 100 degrees out. All right, so like I said, we're headed to Hamilton. Cindy and I pulled over this little roadside pull off here by the river or lake or whatever this is. Beautiful homes, beautiful setting, and thought we would talk for a few minutes on our way to Hamilton. Instead of, the roads are just too busy for me to try to do a little video, and I care too much about our safety and don't want y'all to see all the blood and guts. So.
Oh wow, we went straight there.
Yep. So this week, you know, we talk a lot about work camping on this channel. We manage campground. We're in Wading Pines, Chatsworth, New Jersey right now. We're headed down to do some weekly chores that take us out of the campground. But we've had a lot of drama in the campground the last couple of weeks, and I thought we would sit here and talk about it a little bit and about what we've done to rectify the problem. So 3 weekends in a row we had vandalism in the pool house bathroom, which cost, if you added all 3 up without labor, we probably spent a little over $4,000 rectifying that problem. And then so this past weekend we decided to completely lock.
Well, we had to close it down.
The bathroom. It wasn't completely finished being fixed. It was working if you had 20 or 30 people in the campground, but the drainage system had not been completely vetted and proven to work 100%. So we made the decision to lock it down
because we didn't want to have another major incident.
Right.
Over a busy weekend.
Right, we were completely full. I say completely full. I think we had 3 sites that were vacant this weekend, and so for me that's full. You know, when you got a 300 plus site campground, right. 3, that's full. And so we sent out an email Thursday saying, hey, because of all this vandalism, the bathroom's going to be closed. And people are nasty.
Well, I understand people being upset. I mean, I do understand that.
But when they came to the bathhouse in front of the store in the men's room, and somebody pooped in the sink.
Well, first off, I don't understand vandalizing a bathroom anyway. And people question and say, what do you mean by vandalize? Well, in my personal opinion, if you mess up a public area in any way, it's vandalism.
Yep.
And I personally, I do not want to go into everything that was done to the bathrooms because it's gross, it's nasty, it'll make people have a different outlook on society.
Right.
And that I just don't think that's necessary. But when people did come up to us and ask us specifically
why we closed
it and what was wrong with the bathroom, let me just say they were appalled.
Yes.
I mean, they were shocked and they were appalled as to what we had to deal with, and that anybody in their right mind would do the things that were being done. So, and then we didn't get any more backlash on it.
No, and nor did we have any vandalism
Over the weekend.
of the campground. The other thing that we've been dealing with is this month we've had 2 rental golf carts, $7,500 a piece, stolen.
Both of them were in June?
Both of them were in June.
Oh.
Stolen from the campground. The second one we got good video of at 5:18 in the morning, them leaving, driving right past the store. We've gotten the New Jersey State Police involved. They have a person of interest.
And the thing about it, though, is it someone who's familiar with the campground. But usually all thefts like that, in my personal opinion, are by somebody who frequents an area, who frequents a, store, whatever. It's usually someone you know.
But what upsets me the most is I believe both these incidents, the vandalisms and the thefts, were done by our regular seasonal guests, people who call the campground their home.
Well, I don't know. I would say a frequent guest of the
Well, now the
campground.
vandalism occurred 3 weekends in a row. I checked our reservation system. We didn't have the same guest outside of the seasonals here those 3 weekends, and for them to all be the same bathroom, the same MO, the same type of vandalism, that I think it would have to be the same person doing it over and over.
Well, and it is discouraging that this past golf cart
The person of
was
interest.
taken, was taken on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Well, actually, a
Monday
Monday morning.
Yep. And if the person of interest that the state troopers are talking to, then at least on the second theft is also another seasonal guest. I'm not saying they did it. I don't know. I'm just going off
Well,
what the
we
state...
don't have any proof. We're just
Going off what the state troopers have looked at all the video and what they believe. And then, so there's that. And then we were reading our reviews, and evidently in our weekender section where people come in the weekends, we've had a lot of excess drinking and fighting. And I've gone to the expense of getting an after-hours phone, which somebody used last night. One of our seasonal guests
Absolutely,
at 11:30
and we went
called,
right out.
said, hey, some kids are running around the campground, beating on the side of campers. They just beat on the side of mine. We went out. We searched for them immediately. But all the weekenders, all the seasonals are given the after-hours phone number.
Well, and is it on our rules?
It's on the front door, and
I know it's on the front door.
And I think
but
it's in the paperwork that they receive when they check in.
Okay, I'm just asking for a friend.
So, I don't understand. I'm trying to do, or we're trying to do everything we can to make it easier for our guests to have a good time. And it just seems like constant battle to get people to do the right thing.
Well, and what I would ask, and say to our viewers, if you are at a campground and you observe people breaking the rules, or you observe somebody being loud, obnoxious, drinking, cursing, that kind of stuff, go up to the office and bring it to their attention. At least give the campground the opportunity to correct the situation.
Instead of just putting something online saying, there was a big fight and they did nothing. Well, how are we at 1 o'clock in the morning? How am I supposed to know there's a fight by the river if nobody calls me and tells me?
If we don't know about it, we can't do anything about it.
And then the next little bit of drama we've had at the campground this month is Father's Day. Happy Father's Day belated to all the fathers that are viewing. But so we thought it would be nice if we did something for the fathers, and we got coffee, and we got quite an assortment of donuts, and all the kids and all the fathers could come up to the rec hall and get a free donut or 2 or 3 and a cup of coffee. And our seasonal guests, some of them got very agitated and said we weren't doing enough for the fathers. Now, we don't have to do anything, but we're trying to be nice.
Well,
and so they
most campgrounds do, but
do a little something.
This is preemptive to that.
Yep.
Was for Mother's Day, we did at the campground, we did a Mother's Day breakfast, which was just pancakes and sausage.
Right. 2 pancakes and 1 piece of sausage.
And
coffee.
And that's what we did for the mothers. But the snack shack was not open Mother's Day. And so that part of the campground was not being utilized. So we did a breakfast for the mothers because the snack shack doesn't open for breakfast or
around
anything
Mother's Day
until Memorial Day. So the snack shack was open. We had to make a decision. Do we do something completely different for the dads, or do we shut down the snack shack and just do a breakfast for the dads? We made the choice to do donuts and coffee for dads.
And so
I mean, that was the choice we made because we were pretty full that weekend, and we wanted to give our other guests who were staying in the park, we wanted them to have the availability
to go get
breakfast if they would like and not have it shut down. So that's why we made the decision we made. You know, life's full of decisions.
Yep.
You make them, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't.
So the guests, mostly seasonals, were just complaining that we weren't doing enough for the fathers. And so they boycotted the free donuts and coffee, but yet they went over to the snack shack and
bought breakfast.
Spent money on breakfast. So
but
I mean, I'm not angry with that type of boycott, but
our weekenders, it was well received by them.
Yes.
So, you know, you're not going to make everybody happy. You just do what you do.
And so that's pretty much my rant, or our rant on June drama. Can't wait for July.
I don't even think that's a rant. I mean,
no, it's just
it's just typical campground
drama
issues.
So if
you say drama, I say
it's a lot
issues.
of drama. You should see the way these people talk and act. You're in the office, in the back office, doing all the paperwork. I'm out walking the front lines of the campground every day, where people pick me off like a duck at the carnival with the little shooting gallery. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten to where at night when I go to walk the dog, sometimes I put on like a different, not my Wading Pines hat. I pull my hat down low. I put on dark clothes. But now Chance
start wearing your bucket hat.
Yeah, but Chance has gotten so popular, and he's got such distinctive markings.
Yes.
I can't hide. So anyway, we're going to Hamilton now. Thought we'd share this drama with you, and we'll be back soon. All right, while we're in Hamilton, I need some nasty shorts to wear outside to work in, so we're going to check out this Goodwill. So I guess they don't really have to be nasty shorts, but I need some inexpensive shorts to work in outside. So I found 2 pairs of shorts, $4.99, size 36. Should do me just fine. So Cindy thinks it's absolutely hilarious. We went in, I found 2 pairs of shorts. Cindy couldn't find anything. And Cindy goes, "What day of the week it is?" And she points to the sign. And I said, "It's Tuesday." "Oh, look, you get a senior citizens discount."
I get it too. I'm just as old.
I know, but you know that it aggravates me.
Okay, since when did saving money aggravate?
Saving money doesn't, but being old enough to save money.
Why? You should be proud you made it this far.
What do they say? You're so vain. Talking about me. All right, so
you just have your mama's mentality about age.
The girls in the bank were talking about ice cream, and we're going to dinner with Bernadette and Joe tonight. So last time we were up here, we said we're just going to go split a sandwich. We both got full-blown meals, and then we ended up not going to dinner with our friends because we were stuffed. So, and then they got into an argument about who has the best ice cream. One said cold something, one said something else.
Cold cow.
So I think we're going to go to the Cold Cow, and because it's 100 degrees outside, I need me some Cold Cow. How about you?
Oh, somebody. I'm not sure who this is. Sent us a thing saying Dynasty Diner.
That's from Becky. Becky, me, you, and she just said she got our mail. All right, so see you at the Cold Cow. So here's the Cold Cow, and it was not the easiest place to see. There's signs about the size of my thumb on the side of the highway. It says homemade ice cream and frozen treats. That's what it looks like. It's soft serve and delicious.
Yummy.
So we ended up going out to dinner. It's about 8:15 at night. It's still 87 degrees. Taking Mr. Chance for his walk. Just checked on Puma. She's in the mouse house in the front window. Doesn't look like she ate anymore today. On the way back from dinner, stopped by the residence here on property and got the sheets and the comforter that Puma messed up. I sure hope the doctor can get all that straight. I'm tired of washing and towels and all that kind of stuff. We got a big weekend ahead of us this weekend. We have full campground again, so that should be interesting. First thing this morning about the new grounding sheets, and I wanted for Cindy to tell you what she thought of them because they were mostly for her.
So far, I really like them. Oh, not a good angle.
Sorry.
So far, I really like them. I don't know if it's because I wanted to sleep better or I was so tired, but I slept better last night. And I did not wake up in the middle of the night hurting or aching like I usually do. And I was able to go back to sleep a lot easier. So, I like them. I think they work. We're gonna...
What's the benefits supposed to be?
I don't know how to tell you all the benefits. How did you feel?
Well, like I told him this morning, I slept at 8:05, and I normally am up early, and my back normally hurts, and I didn't have any of those issues this morning. I've got to reorder them, so I was going to pull them up on the website. Earth grounding fitted sheets. Let's see. 12% silver fiber, 4% silk, 84% organic cotton. They've gone on sale. They've got an 18% discount. They're
wow.
$139. They were $169.95. I'll list the link down below. I'm gonna go ahead and order another set. I'm trying to see if the description says.
And it's just a fitted sheet, correct?
Yep. So it doesn't.
While he's looking for that, I was looking this morning on how to wash them. You use a delicate detergent. You wash them in warm or cold water and dry them on low or no heat.
I did low.
And when I was doing that research to try to find that out, I saw that they have grounding pillowcases also. So I asked a lady in the office who uses grounding sheets, then she loves hers, and if she has ever used the pillowcases before, and she said she has not. So I don't know, maybe I'll look into that too.
All right, here it is. It says improved sleep quality. In a 2004 study, the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine found that participants using grounding systems reported improved sleep and reduced stress. And the next thing it says reduces stress and anxiety, pain and inflammation reduction, which is why we got them, enhances your mood. I'm still alive, so that's, your mood was enhanced. Better circulation, immune system support. So those are some of the benefits that grounding sheets are for. I loved them. I'm ordering another set right now. So
well, and we did
it says to wash them every 2 weeks.
Yes, that is one thing. Is it said every 2 weeks to wash them, and we did it mostly for stress and pain relief.
Pain relief, yeah.
And so we could sleep better.
All right, so that's it for today's video. And do you want gray again, or you want beige, or
I want gray?
Same thing we got. Okay.
Yes.
So thank y'all for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll put out an update on Puma. She goes to the vet tomorrow. And
is it tomorrow? I wasn't sure if it was tomorrow.
2 o'clock. And you can see she's sitting up here in her.
Well,
but she's got her back to us.
But she paced all around my feet like she wanted to eat, and then she didn't go in there and eat.
Yeah, she hadn't had anything to eat in 4 or 5 days. So, anyway, till next time, y'all have safe travels.